I'm here with Jon Aleckson, CEO of Courseworks. And Jon, I just wanted to talk with you a little bit about what you see going on and would be interested in your thoughts on what challenges and opportunities do you really see organizations that are in the business of lifelong learning, like trade and professional associations. What are those challenges and opportunities that they're facing now?
Well, I think the number one challenge, and thank you for this interview, and I think the number one challenge, I'm going to tie this into your learning maturity model, is for organizations to understand where they're at. Are they a static organization or are they an innovative organization? We all want to be innovative, and we all want to do the really neat things and speak at conferences and things. But really, where the rubber hits the road is getting your organization's silos together. That having a leader that really understands how to be a proactive learning organization, to sort of see that learning business through to a successful accomplishment, and that's really comes down to dollars. Are we providing first and foremost a service to the organization? Learning is a really important mission of trade associations and membership associations. So that's really important, and many do a really good job. The webinars are great, the subject matters are great, matter experts are great, but are they building a real solid business out of it, or an organization? And that really involves knowing where you are on that learning maturity model. Many are just at the reactive stage, and a lot of times it's the management saying, why aren't we doing this? I saw this at a conference. And then the education people run out and they say, we have to do this. And they don't realize that it takes an organizational effort, that it takes capacity in terms of staff. Do we have the capacity to do this? Do we have the capacity to use this tool effectively, if they're using a software tool, for example, with online learning? And then in many cases, they don't realize that it's the product, it's the portfolio that really should be invested in, versus running out and spending a year picking a technology to launch that. To launch what? Oh, that's right, we need content. And so that's a big challenge, is getting people to really use the great resources they have amongst their membership. They have the resources. I mean, I've seen private organizations that compete effectively against associations because they have, the inspiration, they have the leadership, and they have really the important ingredient, which is, okay, we've got an organization of subject matter experts. Bring them together, which is what we should be doing as associations. They have agreements with these subject matter experts, so they have their group, and then they have fantastic marketing. And so marketing is something that needs to, I know it's, everybody says yes, oh yeah, we have marketing, but do you really have a commitment as a new business or a learning business to really push it with marketing dollars? What kind of status do you have from a marketing standpoint? I mean, we all promote our annual meetings aggressively. Are you doing that with your new, product portfolio of content? I think I'm gabbing away too much here now. But I think that the bottom line is that we don't get to innovation stage quickly. We get to it through a process, and I think your maturity model is one way of getting there.
Right. So understanding where you are so that you can actually go through the process to get to that innovative stage. So those are some of the challenges and opportunities. So talk a little bit about what Courseworks offers, how that addresses those challenges and opportunities, and what most differentiates you from the other options that organizations might have.
We like to consider ourselves an innovative organization. We're first and foremost an education or adult learning focused, and then we're focused on online delivery, unique models of doing that. And so we always have an innovation effort. But we're aware that we need to have a proactive product that deals with the features of, whether it's the certification needs, the credit needs, the various, posting your live event within the learning management system. Because I think learning management system needs to supplement or be a tool of your goal of being your members' lifelong portfolio of learning, or you want your members to come to that system and go, here's my transcript. So you need to be able to post your live learning. We have a feature that works on a mobile phone to basically post that, yes, I attended that session, I want it to be part of my transcript, that type of thing. So your LMS needs to support those goals and processes that you've established as you move from static to reactive to proactive and innovation. And yes, we do attract a lot of customers through our innovative products. We did some really good work with the American College of Chest Physicians, where we're doing an Internet of Things project. And there's something to be said about doing innovative projects to get people behind you, to get people behind the system. So they train adult learners, physicians, that want to learn new techniques, like how to intubate a difficult airway. And so they come to Chicago to the college, and there's these simulation labs, and they're using our learning management system currently through a process of the faculty is evaluating you as you're intubating the mannequin. And that goes straight into the learning management system, which is important. Tying in the place-based, with the electronic is very important, and we're really good at doing that. And in this case, we said, okay, well, how do we get this quantitative data from the mannequin? I injected drugs, then I put the tube down. What was the time span between it? How do we build benchmarks? That quantitative data, which supports the qualitative data of the faculty, is very important. So in this case, we used XAPI, which is a new learning. It's going to replace SCORM, and it helps us get the data from the real world, from these, any type of event that might take place outside of the learning management system into the learning management system, so that we can use it to benchmark, to show pre and post advancement. So they're very excited about it. Now, granted, it's an innovation, but in their case, that program is very mature. That difficult airway course is very mature, so they're ready for that innovation.
So you mentioned you have a real strong focus on education and adult learning. So my last question for you is about the future of lifelong learning. And when you look out and think about education and learning, what are you most excited about that's out there on the horizon?
Well, I think the merging of the internet revolution, in terms of the Internet of Things, the mobile revolution, the merging of that with tracking our both formal and informal learning events is really exciting to us, because I've been in educational technology for 30 years, and the internet provides such a incredible platform to do the things that we've always wanted to do. So whether it's the branching scenarios where we can put learners into real life scenarios online, or as the future gets going, we're able to allow learners to get credit for those informal learning efforts that we do, and even formal learning efforts that we're doing that we haven't been able to track outside of the LMS. So that ability to get credit, because let's face it, we go to school to get credit so that we can have some type of credential. And I think the more associations apply this, the Internet of Things, the tracking of informal events into this transcript that we can share with employers and other people is very, very important and exciting.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Jon, for taking time to talk with me.
Sure. Great.